56 days left into the Bitcoin halving. We see that the Fed is printing money like crazy. The interest rates are going to zero. Like, what? We're gonna see what this means for Bitcoin in this video. So welcome to Everything Currency, the show where we talk about everything currency and more. I'm your host Jay, and today I just want to say, man, first of all, I hope everyone's safe out there from this coronavirus thing, whether it's big or not. I know it's affecting a lot of people. A lot of people are home from school, they're home from work, and it's just causing a burden on so many people right now. So I hope everybody is doing well and doing good. But let's just look at this, man. So let me see, where do I want to start? With this article right here. First, just go into Yahoo Finance. You can see the Dow Jones futures limit down. Fed cuts rates to zero. Stocks poised to plunge. Let me see. So, bunch of bad news for the markets, but basically, where was it at? Okay.
They actually have negative rates, but
Federal Reserve slashes rates and starts QE. So a lot of people don't know what QE is, so I looked it up for y'all. So it says QE, also known as large-scale asset purchases, is a monetary policy whereby a central bank buys predetermined amounts of government bonds and other financial assets in order to add money directly into the economy. So they're trying to stimulate the economy and boost everything up. Now, this is good on the short term, but it's a last resort for a reason. You can see right here, quantitative easing is regarded as a last resort to stimulate spending in the economy when interest rates fail to work. So the Fed lowered interest rates not too long ago. I'm sure you heard about it. And what that means is they're lowering how much it costs for banks to borrow money, and in return that's supposed to be cheaper for businesses to borrow money and boost the economy, because then the businesses are going to spend that money on hiring people and building more products and doing all this stuff and blah 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 blah. What I think is happening is it's not helping, because the people on top are getting all the money and they're just saying I'm keeping it. But that's why I think we're having all these problems right now, because you can see that the greed is getting crazy. But Trump says that this is going to be a good thing for the economy and all that stuff. You can see right here, if you go to the markets, you can see that stuff is already up. The Dow is up 10%. All the stuff is going up 10%. So they're trying to stimulate as much as they can, this is just printing money. As you can see, oil is not going up because the way the dollar system works, if you're just printing more money like that, kind of sucks for oil. So what does it mean for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? Now, in my opinion, stuff like this, when the market is starting to do so bad that the government has to start printing money and has to start taking these drastic measures to fix everything, this is the type of stuff that Bitcoin was meant to hedge us against. The only thing is, over the years, Bitcoin's mission in a lot of people's eyes has changed, but it's still the same thing. As you can see, when stuff plunged, like they announced this and stuff plunged, Bitcoin is starting to stable out. But a lot of people believe that Bitcoin is a risky asset. Like, a lot of people don't know if it's going to work, and right now is its biggest test. So if Bitcoin makes it through this financial collapse that you see happening right now, then that's the big test for it. And I think that's why you see a lot of people saying that it's going to take 4 or 5 years and stuff like that. But if the government starts printing too much money and they don't start raising up interest rates again and starting to get money back into the worth of the dollar, then we're gonna have problems. But one thing that's interesting to see with all this is you can go right here to Google Trends, and Bitcoin is not trending higher. No cryptocurrency is trending higher except for Tether. Now, a lot of people use Tether in places like Iraq. Now, the thing about that is Iraq is a big oil country. You can see right here that oil is one of the only things that didn't get pumped due to this panic that's been caused by the Fed. Like, people are thinking, it says right here, the market is wondering what the Fed knows that the rest of us don't. So it's like, is COVID-19 a bigger deal than we think? I don't think it's a bigger deal than we think. I think they're just kind of milking this whole thing to kind of give them a reason and a way to raise these rates. And Trump has been calling for printing money since he was campaigning. He was saying, man, we own the printing press. Why aren't we just printing more money? What do you mean? So I don't know. Like, I don't think the virus is fake. I just think, the stuff that's coming out of it, and it's affecting everybody. But you can see silver's down like $2 because last time I checked it was like $16. So stocks plunged because people were scared, but once that money hit their wallets, people okay, so the government basically is buying up assets. So they just print money and they're buying up assets to stimulate all this. At some point, that's going to become unstable. So hopefully they can stimulate all this and people can stop being scared and they can start buying back into this, and then they can pull out at a safe point. But with Bitcoin, this is what the big deal with the halving is. As Bitcoin begins to cut down how much Bitcoin is going to be released into the market, the government is starting to print more money into the market. When I got into crypto, every influencer and all this stuff was saying that this was going to happen. And now to actually see it happening about 2.5 years later is like just crazy to me. It's like mind blowing. Like, wow, like they know that this is bad, but they got to do whatever they can in order to stimulate on the short term. And we have a president in office right now who wants to do anything in his power to look good. So, that's what they're doing. Also, I don't know if you guys knew about this CoinMarketCap crypto index by Solicity. Is that Solicity? Whatever. But yeah, I looked it up, and it's a crypto 200 index from CoinMarketCap. It's calculated by Solactive AG, and it tracks the portfolio of the top 200 cryptocurrencies by market calculation. So I didn't even know that was on the market, but that's pretty interesting. You can see, that's starting to pump before, a lot of the market actually, look at the market started to pump during the making of this video somewhat. We still got some double digit red down here, but you can see that right now the market is correlated because retail is not involved yet. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Is this market collapse going to be the big test for Bitcoin? I think it is. And we'll see what's going on with the market. We don't know how it's going to be stimulated by the government. We don't know how the virus is going to affect everything. We don't know how the trouble in the Middle East, because everybody don't know, but like nobody's paying attention to while this whole virus news is going on. There was another attack on a Iranian general by the US airstrikes. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. So we'll see what happens. But for now, it looks like Tether is the only crypto that's on the rise. And you can see right here, it just overturned. XRP got his little steam back, but Tether is having some of the most volume, the most volume over Bitcoin. So people move their money into Tether. What's the next stable coin? Then Paxos, and then USD coin. I personally use USD coin. I trust it more than Tether, but that's just me. But so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Until next time, peace.